Ready for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from the Steel City. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
Off the bootleg, here's Tua. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. He's across midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Miami.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
A first carry here for Devon Achane. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. Going for it all. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
Brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He's got the first down and more than that. DK Metcalf. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 87 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers 7, Dolphins 0.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's A-Check. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, they need 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That one out wide to A-Check. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to sneak in here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Only a yard. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. To return is Williams. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Some nose guards in the 3-4 defense, Mike, are just asked to take up space and eat up blockers. But not this guy. He defeats his blocker and makes the tackle. That's playing the nose guard at the next level.
Here's the change of pace back. That's Kenneth Gainwell. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down. And he gets his one up to the 28-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
45-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the 2nd level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move, and
big mistake. It was 1st and goal, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7. Man in motion here is Washington. On the ground to start the drive, it's A-Check. be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Here's Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Hill. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
To Julian Hill. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Once again, it's Achane. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He's taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. In motion, it's Waddle. Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Tua, give it to Achane. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He was taken down.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter, 3rd and long, as we are ready to get back underway. Off-balance throw, it's complete, and he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This one, fielded, out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0. As they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. The master of play action, Rodgers. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. To the right side and corralled by Thielen. Still on his feet, and he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 55 yards on the game.
Everyone notices the big play after the catch, Mike, right? That's the easy part, but don't take for granted or overlook how important ball placement is. Being able to hit your target in stride is the difference between a nice completion.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Steelers.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Dolphins, nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Here's a give to H.M. He'll try to push forward and wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Joey Porter Jr. that time up to make the play.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Now the return, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
A run with Gainwell. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that ball.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. From the gun, Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard
The thing that jumps
line.
out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Throwing, Rodgers. Metcalf is wide open. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That catch puts him over 100 yards for the game, and we still have another half to go. That catch picks up the first down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver.
At the 24-yard line.
And it'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
On third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This one from 43 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Washington now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This one caught by Waller. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Open man, Malik Washington. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 6. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. Looking underneath for Achane. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Here's Tagovailoa. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to Achane. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
We'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Tua. And that is incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins are finally on the board. It's 17-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. A-Rod down to throw on 1st down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier. First down for Aaron. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, You have to find a way to come down.
He finds Austin with the grab. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Third down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark.
It's a gain
Yes,
of a yard.
that run, that's enough to move the chains.
First down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll be second down. Here's Rodgers. Throwing it out wide, and Metcalf has it. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He missed it. The Dolphins offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Achan. Finding space inside the 40. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once more. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Now Tua. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Waddle's first catch. Good for a first down.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground. He comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Throwing is Tua. Moving to his right. And he's in! Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Rodgers will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
The 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Again, it's Rodgers. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. To throw is Tua. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Williams on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 10 yards.
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
First down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out. When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. And bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. In motion, it's Waddle. Off play action, it's Tua. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Man in motion here is Washington. Now it's Tua. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now a fair catch called for and taken right at the midfield stripe. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That pass reels it in on the right side. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
Second down, Rodgers. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Afonso Melifonwu. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Man in motion here is Washington. On first and 10, it's Achane. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again here. Second and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz scheme, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they'll wind up getting about half of what they needed, but not nearly enough for a first down. It's fourth down.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense, no gain.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain. I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Third down and 9. From the gun, Rodgers. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. A play fake. Now 2 to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That's the 4th time All-Pro T.J. Watt. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up 3rd and long. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
This is taken at the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. First and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for us.
That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 37 yards.
At the 27-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
At the 26. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion over Thielen. Play fake. It's Rodgers. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
He's got his tight end. That's Fryermuth. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Dolphins 10.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
A shotgun snap for Tua. This one complete to Washington. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Tua now on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. A-Rod down to throw on 1st down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Micah Fitzpatrick, multiple times All-Pro in his safety spot to record the sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed. He got there in a hurry.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and long for Rodgers. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle.
Complete to Adam Thielen. A gain of 17 yards. It's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And good coverage by punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Tagovailoa. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Just simply more of the same. And you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tua gonna throw. Now a screen set up for A-check. Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. He's got his man. Right side, it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's 2. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
But just think back here in this game alone. How many drives have been undone as the result of their inability to protect the passer? They just can't keep a clean pocket, and they just keep going backwards.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. And a fair catch is taken, and is just inside the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. A carry here for Warren.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 9 yards.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense getting set to get back to work. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
Now it's Tua. He'll step up and run this.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
3rd and 10. Here's Tunga Vailoa. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And now you hold your breath when you see this. That's Tua, who's in some obvious discomfort. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and take it.
The Steelers take over.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. First down for Aaron. Quick slash into the hands of Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Here's Warren, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. That's a Steeler first down. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Dolphins come up with the turn. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. Steelers offense ready to get back at it. From the gun, Rodgers. That's to the big tight end, Freiermuth. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
16-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Warren. And he will score! Jalen Warren, touchdown Steelers. That's his second touchdown tonight.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
His kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 31, Dolphins 10. Chris Boswell to kick
Boswell
off
now
Pittsburgh.
following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll look to set up the screen here. He's got room past the 35. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Now, 1st down throw for Tua. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Cameron Hayward in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun is in trouble, and down he goes.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
In motion, it's Waddle. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And it is caught, but he's out of bounds. Would have been the 1st down, but he could not stay in. As a result, they're going to turn this over on downs. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On the handoff, this is one. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead.
No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Dolphins 10.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. In motion, it's Waddle. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
3rd and long. In motion, it's Waddle. Here we go. One final play. Sending it deep for Waddle. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed. And they cruised to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.